Okay, so in honor of it being Father's Day and the U.S. men's team qualifying for the Super 8, I thought we'd do a little like 2-for-1 video, okay? So I'm going to be talking about Saurabh Netravalkar and how fatherly figures like his coach and his dad played a big role on the player that he is today. Because truly, I think without him, we might not have even seen Saurabh Netravalkar be the superstar that he is today. So one of the biggest things that Saurabh Netravalkar is known for is having a good career, right, and having cricket too. Software engineer, full-time cricketer. Like, take a second to process that. How many other players do you know who do that? That's amazing, right? And like I said earlier, it's not quality over quantity or quantity over quality. He brings both. He brings quality and he brings quantity. It's not like he has too many things going on at once, so he compromises on the quality of his game or his job. He's able to balance both out, and that's not easy to do. And he's able to balance those out with the top quality that he's providing. I mean, he defended US's total in the Super Over and got a wicket against Pakistan. And he got both Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma out when playing against India. So, come on. You gotta love a player like that, right? Okay, so what we know so far was when he was young, Saurabh Netravalkar was always into cricket, but he was always a bright kid, right? He always had a good education, a clear pathway in front of him. So he had two possibilities. He got selected for Mumbai's like Ranji Trophy team, and that's not easy because so many cricketers are coming into play. He played the 2010 Under-19 World Cup, and he played with people like KL Rahul, Mayank Agarwal, even his teammate on the US team now, Harmanpreet Singh. Right, so he had a fairly good involvement of cricket in his life. Now, the turning point was really when he was in college, and Netravalkar decided with his parents and his coach, and he made this decision that I'm going to try to go big, go pro in cricket for 2 years, and if that doesn't work, I'm going to focus on my education. That is not an easy decision to make. That's not a simple decision to make. I think just having big influences like his dad, Naresh Netravalkar, there, and his coach just helping him through that, right? Making that decision was a very crucial turning point, crucial step in his career. And because he made that decision, I think that's who he is today. That's what made him who he is today. And I think he gets a little bit more credit for that because of this decision he made. So I think we all know what happened, right? Netravalkar didn't really make it that big, and he decided, okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to focus on my education. I'm a bright kid. I want a future, like clear path ahead of me, right? So he gets accepted into Cornell, and he does his master's at Cornell, I'm pretty sure. And Cornell is a good school. I'm pretty sure it's an Ivy League. If not, you know, the whole Ivy League controversy. Some schools are, some schools are not. They're changing. But Cornell was an Ivy League at some point of time, if it still isn't. But regardless, Cornell is a good frigging school. So to get into that, you must be pretty smart, and you must be really smart, right? And like I said earlier, quality and quantity, right? He balances that. He was able to play cricket and keep his grades up and stay a smart kid, and then get into Cornell too. So moving on from this, Netravalkar moves to the US, right? And he doesn't really think about cricket. He doesn't play for a year. He's focused on his studies. And then he gets a call from his coach. And this is a big turning point in his career. His coach says, okay, there's a cricket academy near where you live around the area. You should go try it. So Netravalkar goes and he tries it. And, you know, long story short, I think we've all guessed it, Netravalkar gets picked for the US cricket team, the men's US cricket team. And no one knew it would be this big of a phenomenon that the ICC, the International Cricket Board, would open up the men's T20 World Cup for like 20 teams, and he would get to play against teams like India and Pakistan and who knows, like more teams too, because they qualified and got into Super 8, right? So I think the big thing of what made Saurabh Netravalkar was this big decision that he made with his dad's help and with his coach's help and having this influence of going forward in his career over his dreams as a cricketer. And he wasn't pushing those dreams away. He was looking on a more realistic approach, right? Because when you compare the two, which career is more steady and reliable with like income and paychecks and whatnot and stuff, which is going to give you a more realistic, steady future life? Cricket or a job as a software engineer, right? And I think going forward as a software engineer was the right decision for Netravalkar in that moment. And now it's also a right decision because how much credit do we give Saurabh Netravalkar for being able to be a software engineer and then also manage, playing cricket and whatnot stuff. Full-time cricketer with a working job. There are not many other players who you can think about like that. So I do really think that his coach and his dad played a big role in his life. His dad guiding him, giving him the support, not shutting down on his cricket dreams, supporting him. You do what you want, I'll support you either way. And his coach making sure that cricket was still in his life, calling him when he was in the US, telling him, hey, there's an academy over there, you should go try it out, right? These fatherly role figures really shaped Netravalkar and I think made him into the player that he is today. There's so many examples of this in cricket. And more than that, I think our dads make us who the people we are today. So Baba, happy Father's Day. Thank you for making me the person that I am today. I don't think I would be able to talk this much about cricket or even have the tiniest bit of knowledge if it weren't for you. And to all the dads out there, thank you for making us who we are today. And happy Father's Day.